Well, now, friend, sit down, grab that cup of tea, or heck, pour yourself a glass of prune juice with a splash of something naughty. I'm about to take you on a ride through the wild world of home organization. Yeah, I know. Doesn't sound wild at all, does it? But trust me, when you're over 65 and your knees creak like old wooden floors, when your back screams every time you bend to pick up a sock, and when the junk drawer multiplies like rabbits in spring, home organization becomes not just helpful, but holy. I'm Paul Walker, 80 years old, still sharp enough to beat my grandson at chess, though he claims I cheat. But let me tell you something honest. I used to live in a house that looked like a garage sale exploded in it. Over 65 and overwhelmed? You ain't alone, friend. I was right there with you. Couldn't find my glasses most mornings, had no clue where the bills were, and I once found a pair of socks inside the microwave. Don't ask. But then one day, something changed, and that's what I'm here to tell you. Because if an old goat like me can get organized, you sure as sugar can too. Let's go room by room, lesson by lesson, memory by memory. 1. The garage, the land of forgotten dreams. Now listen, this thing had everything in it. Rusty tools, a bicycle with no seat, a box of Christmas lights that hadn't worked since 1992, and a mystery box I was too scared to open. My son called it the Garage of Doom. My grandson refused to go in there without backup. One Sunday afternoon, after tripping over a pile of tangled extension cords for the 100th time, I sat on an old paint can and looked around. "How did it come to this?" I muttered. And it hit me. It wasn't just a garage. It was a museum of my procrastination. So I did the scariest thing a man can do. I opened every box. Some of it made me cry. Old photos, my late wife's gardening gloves. But I kept only what made my heart swell, not what made my back ache. Friend, if you don't need it, love it, or use it, you gotta lose it. Have a garage like mine? Ask yourself this. If your grandkid can't find a football without triggering an avalanche, it's time to clear the decks. 2. The kitchen, a recipe for disaster. My kitchen, oh boy. You ever try reaching the top shelf at 80? It's like climbing Mount Everest with a walker. I had 3 can openers, 5 sets of measuring spoons, and a blender from 1974 that could summon demons. So I simplified, got rid of duplicate utensils, donated appliances I never used, looking at you, bread maker. I kept 1 good skillet, 2 knives, and a spoon that doesn't bend like a twig when I stir. You know what happened? I started cooking more. Not because I had more stuff, but because I had less clutter. I could finally see the dang countertop. If your spice rack looks like a chemistry experiment and you can't find the salt, it's not your memory, it's the mess. 3. The bedroom, where chaos shouldn't sleep. Let's get personal. My bedroom was a battlefield of laundry baskets, unread magazines, and socks that migrated under the bed like dust bunnies on vacation. I'd wake up at night and trip on my own shoes. That's not romantic. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. So I made rules. 1 laundry basket, emptied every 2 days. No clothes chair, you know, the one where clothes go to die? And a nightstand with only 3 things: my glasses, a book, and lotion. For my hands, don't be cheeky. And suddenly, the room felt peaceful, like it could finally breathe again. Clutter in the bedroom equals clutter in the brain. Want better sleep? Clear the crap. 4. The bathroom, slippery slopes and shampoo clones. Oh, let me tell you about the bathroom, the most dangerous room in the house. Wet tiles, sharp corners, mystery leaks. I once slipped on a bar of soap and nearly did the splits. At 80, the only splits I do are in bananas. I got ruthless in there. Tossed expired meds. One bottle expired in 2003. Bought non-slip mats, installed grab bars. Why did I wait so long? And you know what else I did? I labeled everything. Shampoo, conditioner, ointments. When your eyesight starts playing tricks on you, labeling is a lifeline. The bathroom should be a spa, not an obstacle course. Organize it like your life depends on it, because someday it might. Paperwork, the enemy that breeds in drawers. Bills, receipts, manuals for gadgets I don't even own anymore. My filing cabinet looked like a crime scene. So here's what I did. I sat down with a big box, 3 folders, and a shredder. Labeled the folders, keep, important stuff like insurance, medical records, toss, expired warranties, grocery receipts from 1998, and question mark, stuff I had no clue about. My son helped sort those. It took me a week, but the peace of mind, priceless. Paper clutter is like cholesterol. You don't see the danger until it clogs everything. Now, friend, before I go on to the rest, and trust me, we're just getting warmed up, I gotta tell you something important. If this little tale of mine is giving you a chuckle or a bit of clarity, do me a favor. Like this video, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment about the messiest corner in your house. Let's laugh about it together. We're building a little family here, a tribe of folks who want to live lighter, brighter, and with less clutter in our golden years. All right, let's move on. There's still the living room, the closets, the medicine cabinet, and, yes, even the backyard to tackle. Ready? Buckle up. It's gonna get even juicier.
6. The living room, the forgotten zone. Now let's talk about the living room, that supposed heart of the home. For me, it had become more like the appendix, just sitting there, half functioning, full of mystery, and bound to cause trouble someday. I had old remotes that didn't belong to anything, a couch that ate socks, magazines stacked like Jenga towers, and coasters that hadn't seen a drink since the Nixon administration. So I asked myself, what do I actually do in this room? Watch TV, chat with visitors, nap, if I'm being honest. So I made it reflect those needs. I donated old decor that never meant much to me, cleared off the coffee table, put a small basket by the chair for remotes and glasses, got a tray to keep my meds in one neat little corner. And friend, let me tell you, it felt like my soul exhaled. If your living room looks more like a storage locker than a sanctuary, it's time to give it a makeover. Doesn't have to cost a dime, just a little love and maybe a vacuum. 7. The closets, secrets, and sweaters. Oh, the closets. You want to know a man's secrets? Look in his closet. Mine had clothes 2 sizes too small, a suit I swore I'd wear one day, and a pair of platform shoes from the 70s that should have been declared hazardous. But organizing that space turned into something deeper. Every item I touched made me ask, does this still fit my life? Now, I don't mean just physically fit. I mean, does it still match the man I am today? So I kept the cozy flannels, the pants that don't pinch, and one sharp blazer. Because you never know when you'll get invited to something fancy, even at 80. Hey, I still got moves. I donated 5 bags of clothes, and guess what? The closet looked bigger, and so did my options. If you haven't worn it in a year, you probably never will. And friend, your hangers deserve better. 8. The medicine cabinet, expired dreams, and ointment overload. This one's a biggie, because as we age, our medicine cabinets start to look more like apothecaries from medieval times. Stuff for joints, creams for itches, pills for days of the week, some things I didn't even remember buying. So I got serious. I checked every date, tossed anything expired. I even found a bottle of fish oil pills that had turned into little gooey monsters.
Ugh. Then I organized by category: daily meds, as-needed stuff, and first aid. Even got a little plastic bin labeled Paul's Fix-It Kit. Sounds like a toolbox, but it's just Tylenol, Band-Aids, and a heating pad. Here's the truth. Your medicine cabinet should help you feel better, not confused or grossed out. 9. Sentimental clutter. Letting go without losing love. Now this, friend, was the hardest part. Because organizing isn't just about stuff. It's about memories. And some things carry weight, the emotional kind. Photos, letters, my wife's old perfume bottle, my daughter's baby shoes. You get it. And I'm not here to tell you to throw all that away. No, sir. But what I realized is this: you don't have to keep everything to honor the past. I made a memory box, just one. I filled it with items that made my heart smile, not sob. The rest, I took pictures of them, stored them in a digital album. That way, I could look at them whenever I needed, but I wasn't drowning in the past. You can still love someone and let go of their old shoes. Trust me. If you're holding on to grief disguised as clutter, give yourself permission to feel, and then free yourself. Now, after all this, I needed a way to keep the house organized without feeling like I was constantly chasing a runaway train. So I came up with what I call Paul's Golden Rules. You're welcome to borrow them. 1 in, 1 out. You buy something new, something old's gotta go. Touch it once. If you pick something up, don't just move it. Decide what to do with it. 10-minute tidy. Every evening I take 10 minutes to straighten up. Makes a world of difference. Label like a librarian, especially in drawers, meds, storage bins. My memory thanks me. Keep what you use what you keep. If it just sits there, it doesn't belong. These aren't rules from a magazine or a YouTube guru. These are from an old man who's tripped over the same shoe 3 times in one night. I may be 80, but I like my home like I like my mind. Clear, calm, and full of purpose. Friend, you deserve that too. Your space reflects your peace, and when your space is calm, your spirit can rest easy. Closing thoughts from an old friend. So here we are. From my cluttered garage to my now organized little paradise, I've come a long way. I didn't hire a fancy organizer. I didn't buy a bunch of bins off the internet. I just decided I wanted to feel lighter. And I want that for you too. You don't have to do it all in a day. You don't even have to do it all yourself. Ask a friend, a neighbor, a grandkid. Make it fun. Turn on music. Laugh at the weird things you find. I found a corn holder inside a pair of socks. Don't ask. And remember, this isn't just about having a cleaner house. It's about building a safer, more peaceful life for yourself. You've earned that, friend. Every wrinkle, every gray hair, every memory you've stacked like boxes in a garage, you've earned the right to live with joy, ease, and dignity. So pick one drawer, one room, one step, and start. Oh, and if you made it this far, I've got one more ask. If this story made you laugh, nod, or just feel a little less alone, give that like button a tap. Subscribe to this little community of ours. Share it with someone who's still wrestling their closet into submission. Let's keep learning from each other. We're not done yet. You and me, we've still got plenty of living to do. Now go on, clean that drawer. You got this.